Morning, everyone. Morning, everyone. It's Saturday morning, bright and early, and it's HHV the Judge looking at one of the most exciting handicaps of the year, bar none. It's the Stewards Cup. It's at 3:35. Are you ready for one of the great cavalry charges, Judge?
Never been more ready, mate. So it's actually probably one of the hardest ones I've seen, but it's going to be wet there today, mate.
Oh, it is, yeah. Some heavy David Gowers this morning forecast, I think.
Dear,
We're not going to go through every horse because it's Saturday morning. You've probably got things to do. But what I will do is quickly whiz through some of the sort of runners and riders. There are 28 as we speak. I suspect it won't be 28 at 3:35, but there you go. I hope that everything takes its chance. 28 runners across Goodwood on what is currently good to soft in places, but looking at the weather, if this isn't anything other than very heavy by 3:35, I will be very, very surprised. It's a race that has had people winning from the front, winning from tailed off at the back, winning from the near side, the far side. They've sometimes kept in one group. There was one year they went in 5 different groups. So what I'm saying, a roundabout way, is there's a lot of different ways to run this race, and it's very, very hard to predict how it will go. But I suspect they'll split into 2 groups. Let's quickly whiz through the betting. Your favourite, as it stands, just coming up past 9 o'clock, is Orazio, number 5 with Jim Crowley. That's a top price, 4-1. That's very skinny for a race like this. Or Razio, 4-1, and that's best price with Coral and Bet365. We then got Ali's Dancer, second. Bielsa seems to have been around for years. He's got some heavy ground form. Ryan Moore booked. I think he could be the big gambler of the afternoon for Kevin Ryan. He is at top price, 11-1. Then we go all the way down. Dear old Mr. Wagyu, been the subject of some failed gambles. I know that from my own wallet's lightness this year. He's at 12. Sorry, he's at 14s now. Kings Lynn at 16s. Aberama Gold, the horse on a real roll. He's at 16s. And we go all the way down to Watcher and Good Earth, the 100-1 outsiders of the lot. But what I will say about this race is it has a history of very big priced places. So if you fancy something, do not be put off the fact that it's a big price. This race has a history of big priced places. And for the to back that up in terms of the value on offer, Sky Bet go 8 places. That's the best I can see. Betway go 8 places as well. But 365, Power Hills, Bet Victor, Coral Leisure, Betfred, and Ladbrokes, Bet Goodwin, and Unibet. Sorry for the delay there. They all go 6 places there. There's no need to not have some real big priced each way options and have a real chance of having it a stab. So, Judge, it is a race we could spend many, many hours on, but we'll be fired if we do that. So, what's your sort of feel about how the race will go? And then I'm going to give you a very generous man today. I'm going to give you 2 shots at the title, but of course you will state what your number 1 is and what your number 2 is.
Yes, I will. Yeah. Well, I think I'm almost certain they're going to go into 3 groups. There's got to be something going far side. There's got to be something going stand side. And I mean, it's been strange because the first couple of days they came stand side, and yesterday they all went over far side.
Yeah.
So with the extra rain on top of it all, it is going to be difficult because normally you're quite dogmatic about the draw here. Personally, I'd like to be drawn sort of more in the middle, just with the view that I think that might be slightly unraced, and also you've got a choice if you're a jockey to see which side you want to go. But I wouldn't be conclusive on that, but that's my feel on the race, and I just think they're going to go hard, and it might end up suiting a horse coming through late. That's how I kind of see the race. I do think the favourite is plenty short enough. I mean, I couldn't back anything. I don't care. I know he's got plenty of previous with favourites in this Charlie Hills, and you've got to respect the horse. Everyone says it wants cut, and I know it's one on good to soft. It's not one on heavy though, is it?
No, exactly. That's a misnomer.
It's a 1 chance in the 28 runner Stewards Cup. He's not for me. look, he could come and do. You've got no problems. But he's beaten in the Wokingham fair and square. I know the ground perhaps wasn't soft enough for him, but he was beaten by a penny in this race, and I think 4-1 is too tight. You can already see the betting markets on the horses that go in the heavy ground, the likes of Bielsa, Ali's Dancer, all the markets, all the money's coming for these type of horses. But my short list is 3. I backed 3 in the race, but I'm only going to give you the 2. My first choice has to be Summergand. I've got a love affair with this particular horse. I think this is the race going forwards. He's won the race before off a much higher mark. He was 4th in the race before. He was 9th in the race. He's only run badly in this particular race once out of 4 visits. He does go on soft. I know he prefers better ground, but he won the Air Gold Cup last year. He's an absolute stalwart in this kind of race, and he's the one perhaps drawn high I'm going to have. My second choice will be Came From the Dark, drawn in 10. He's crept in at the bottom. He has been best at 5 in the past, but he has got 6 furlong form. This horse wants soft ground. He's got some great back class. This is a group horse on the flat. If you look back just a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah.
And the only time he ran on soft ground this season was first time up at Musselburgh, and he was an excellent 3rd in a good race by Silky Wilkie won the race, and that was running a group race yesterday. This horse has got plenty of previous. Might find them going too quick and he stays on too late, but I just feel like he's a decent price around the 20-25 to 1 mark. I'm going to tell you, everybody, the 3rd horse I've backed is Mr. Wagyu, just because the John Quinn horses are absolutely fine this week.
Yeah.
I think he's had 3 or 4 winners out of 3 or 4 runners. I think 3 winners and 1 that's got beaten a photograph. I think from 4 runs. Also, Ed Dunlop's horses are going well as well, for that matter, with guarding Sterling Knight. But the John Quinn horse, yes, Mr. Wagyu has won over course and distance. He won the consolation race here a couple of seasons ago. So that's pretty much my short list. So we're going to go for Summergand and we're going to go for Came From the Dark. Let's hope it's not lights out.
Yeah, excellent. Judge's idea of a short list, obviously different to what many other people.
Yeah, but I've got 320 to 1 chance. It's better than backing a 4 to 1 chance, in my opinion.
Actually, that just ties in with a point. I was discussing this with my overpaid, underworked assistant, the prof, last night, about somebody talking about the favourite, and I made the point. Well, people say things like, it's might wins, big word for it. Well, let it win. You've still got loads of places to go at. It doesn't mean you have to back it. Everybody else is
6 places, yeah.
Exactly. It could win half the track. You could still make some good profit on a couple of each way bets. So it's just a little, way to focus on when there is a really short horse in these races. It sometimes frightens people off from having a bet who say, well, I can't back it, but it looks solid, but it's too short. Well, forget about it. Run a different race, let's try and be 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And if we can, if it underperforms, you've got a big chance of winning. So that ties me in. I think that's very, very short. Orazeo. I will learn how to say the horse's name by the end of the day.
I thought it's
Orazeo. I'd back that a 4 to 1. The key thing is how this market will move in the morning. The shorteners. I believe, this is going to sound insane, but it wouldn't surprise me if Bielsa come race time, and I'm not tipping the horse, was not that far off the favourite's price. Now that's a big call. I think there's going to be a huge gamble on Bielsa today. I really do. Ali's Dancer, again. I'm much further up this market. I'm going to give you 2. There's a horse here called Aberama Gold. You gave it in your sensational stuffing. I gave a horse called, we were in a Red Hot York handicap. You gave Aberama Gold. I gave a horse who runs here today called Hyper Focus. Now, on the Friday night, York was extremely soft. Loads of horses pulled out. We must have had the warmest night in Yorkshire history and the warmest morning, because when it came to the race time, the ground was like good to soft or good in places. Looking on the Times, Hyper Focus, my selection, who runs here today. He'll love this ground. The problem for him is this is 6 furlongs. I'm not sure he's going to quite get home on that. But dear old Hyper Focus, wouldn't that be awful if he came back to form and did me? But I do think Aberama Gold, the genius, and I don't think that's the wrong word of O'Mara, is when he gets these handicappers on a roll, he can keep it going for 3, 4, 5, races. He really, really can. And he's got this with Andrea Azzini, drawn in 15 in the middle. He can see Andrea can watch how this race is unfurling. I think he's a major player. I thought 16-1 was way too big for him. So Aberama Gold, the judges' selection that beat me at York. I want revenge with the horse he gave. How about that? That would be a sweet one, wouldn't it? So he's my second selection, but the main bet for me, and I think this horse is an absolutely huge. I think he's twice the price he should be. He is a Goodwood specialist. You then throw into the mix soft or heavy ground, and you can mark him up several notches. This horse has won here this year in a decent race, which he won in an absolute canter on soft ground. It's number 20, Spanish Star. He's completely under the radar here. I think it's probably because he's trained by Patrick Chamins, no offence to him. But it's a very, very small yard. Liam Canary takes the ride. I think, Judge, if this horse was trained by O'Meara, if it was trained by Kevin Ryan or Charlie Hills, I think Spanish Star would be a 10-12-1 shot for this race. I really do. He's completely come under the radar. If you've got your Racing Post site, if you've got your odds checker site, when we finish this video, if you've got 5 minutes, go and put in the horse's form. Just look at the times he's run at Goodwood, and then look at the times he's run at Goodwood on soft or heavy ground, and you will start getting very excited about this horse's chances today at 25-1 with up to 8 places at one firm, 6 at plenty. He is outstanding each way value, and he has to be the selection with that Aberama Gold chasing him home for a famous 1-2. Jack Darcy yesterday just beaten at 25s. If you want to come in on the Goodwood Lucky, 4 different, doesn't cover the Stewards Cup, and an Irish max bet you can do at the top link. But 25-1, just beaten yesterday, Judge. Could today be the 25-1 winner? I think he's a massive player at 25s. So that'd be my 2. What do you think?
It's going to calm you back down, but he's certainly got some great Goodwood form. I wouldn't put you off him on that. I mean, in fact, he's only been out the first 4 once in 6, 7, 8, 9, I think 9 or 10 starts. So I'm trying to read me right in there, but
and that was on quick ground, which he doesn't really like.
Oh, I mean, my only concern is perhaps his handicap, Mark. But I think if you're getting 25 to 8 places, no, I wouldn't put you off that at all. I'd rather back that than I would do the favourite win only. Put it that way.
Yeah, that's the spirit. So there we go, folks. It's going to be a fascinating race. We're going to have a side bet, me and the judge, about how many groups they split into. That's how sad we are.
I'm going for 3.
Yeah, I wondered what he was doing then. I bet not say I think it's 2, are they? Or we might upset some of the judges' private members there. But I'm sure you've got another couple of hammers you're smashing into this afternoon, Judge.
Yeah, I've got one pretty strong fancy. It's been a good week. I've sort of small winning day nearly every day, so I can't complain. But today's another day.
Yeah, and just quickly, even though today is exciting enough, just for people in racing fans everywhere, just looking at tomorrow. Tomorrow has more Class 3s or better, so it's the best quality Sunday racing that's been in the UK for many, many years. You've got the Haydock, Chester, so it'll be very interesting tomorrow, because we're always saying on this show, we're always saying.
Yeah, that's right. It won't be a day off for me. I'll definitely be looking tomorrow.
We say all the time, why can't they put better quality racing on Sundays? Well, tomorrow they are. Be very interesting to see how that day goes, because if it's a big success, then it may be that hopefully at last we can start to have some proper Sundays. They love 4 jumps meetings on a Sunday in summer, but now they're going to try something weird and have good flat racing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
we wish them well. But tomorrow will take care of itself. It's a huge day today. Good luck, Judge. You've had a good week, mate. I think a little profit on every day. Let's see if you can go through the week. Brilliant. I'm on the comeback trail with that lucky, and an Irish max bet. But all eyes are on Goodwood. It's going to be very, very soft, but it's going to be very interesting. So good luck. Have a great day, everybody. And Judge, I think more than ever, what do we need to say to people about who are having a bet in the old Stewards?
Be lucky.
Be lucky.
Holdings, horses.